Some people out here really think that if you drink enough water and you use all natural products, that all of your skin worries, your acne, your dark spots, your wrinkles, all this other stuff will go away. Don't listen to those people. Yes, drinking the right amount of water and eating a balanced diet, exercising, getting enough sleep, all those things are things that are going to lead to overall health, that could lead to better skin. But listen, Pilates don't cure pimples. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing 5 of the best things that I have done to transform my skin. Because my skin ain't always looked like this. I had, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. And I transformed it. And I'm gonna tell you how I did it, so keep watching. Alright, so welcome back to the Style and Beauty Doctor here on YouTube. My name is Danielle. Take a seat, get a snack, get all comfortable. You look cute today. You did a little something different? Like, okay, I see you. Anyway, let's get down with this list with number 1. I was consistent with my skincare routine. Listen though, I've been more committed to my skin than I have in some of my romantic relationships over the years, but that's neither here nor there. But I have done my morning routine and my nighttime skincare routine consistently for probably over the last 20 years. Maybe even more than that, because I remember being like 10 or 11 with a skincare routine. So how do I do it? I keep it simple. Some of y'all want to have 50 million steps in your routine. Like, oh, I need to have this acid and layer it with this serum, and then have that and mix it with this. And then on Tuesdays, I gotta make sure that my blood sugar level is at this level. And then I put the hyaluronic acid, and it's too much. You're doing too much. Now, if you can remember to do all that consistently, fine. But you people on YouTube are a little bit different. On Instagram, I be reading some of the comments I get on my Instagram, and I'm like, why y'all keep doing this to yourselves? Just get a simple routine. In the morning, I cleanse, I put on a vitamin C serum, put on some eye cream and some sunscreen. That's it. Some days, if it's a little chilly out, I may put a moisturizer on and then my sunscreen, and that's it. Occasionally, maybe 2 to 3 times a week, I will exfoliate after I cleanse. That's it. At night, I cleanse. If I'm wearing makeup, I will double cleanse. I put on my tretinoin, my eye cream, my nighttime moisturizer. That's it. Having fewer yet effective products in my skincare routine make it super easy for me to get in there and get her done, whether I'm super tired, whether I'm a little tipsy, or I'm spending the night out. I'm gonna get my skincare routine done because it's boom, boom, boom. So number 2, I see the pros. I don't know what it is about the internet that makes everyone think that they have to do everything by themselves. But y'all gotta get off that. There are professionals out there for a reason. Now, when it comes to skin of color, you definitely wanna make sure you go to someone who knows what they're doing with skin of color, because we just can't go to any old pro willy-nilly. And there's a video on how to find someone that specializes in your skin, so check that out. I've been seeing my derm, Dr. Michelle Henry, for the last like 4 years. I mostly see her for cosmetic stuff, but obviously, if you have issues like eczema, acne, psoriasis, etc., you want to see a derm on a regular basis as well. I do need to see my esthetician friends at Fleur-de-Lis Beauty a little bit more often. I think that is, and I've been saying this for a while, but things happen. I get a little busy, I get a little forgetful, but I do feel like going to get facials regularly can also be like the just adding the sazon to my skincare routine. So number 3, filler and Botox. Now, this usually where, when I start to mention this is usually where people are like, nah sis, black people don't need that, black don't crack, nah sis, do it the natural way. Like, no sis, you tripping. Ain't no natural way. Now listen, there is no product out there. There's no serum, there's no night cream, there's no day cream, there's no afternoon cream. There is no product on the market that you can pick up at Sephora, at Walmart, at Amazon, at YesStyle, and wherever that is going to address volume loss the way that filler and other procedures can. So I got filler underneath my eyes for my under eye hollows, and that wasn't even like an anti-aging thing, because I had them hollows underneath my eyes since probably like 1986. So, but as I got older, the hollows became more pronounced. Now at the time I was like, okay, what can I do for this? And I've been in the industry for a really long time, going to beauty events, and I would be asking so many dermatologists over the course of like 7 years, hey, what can I do for my under eye area? And each one said filler. So it took me a while before I actually went through with it, but definitely one of the best things I could have ever done. The funny thing is, I was like, oh, you know, I don't look that bad, you know? And I didn't look that bad. But when I look at like pictures and videos of me before I got the filler, I'm like, oh. Oh, like, oh, okay. So will I keep getting filler? I don't know. I will probably keep getting something that's going to address volume. There are certain circumstances where, you know, it makes more sense to do something that's longer lasting versus filler. Filler on average lasts up to a year, maybe 2 years. It depends on, you know, your body and how your body metabolizes it. For some people, it makes more sense to get some sort of like eye surgery or some sort of procedure instead of like keep getting filler. And there's certain things that filler can't really address. Something that has to do with volume is I'm always gonna probably address that, whether it's through some sort of injectable or some other long-lasting treatment. I don't know. We'll see when we cross that bridge. Now, Botox, I think gets a really bad rep because a lot of things get a really bad rep because I think people don't understand it and then they kind of like make up their own like conclusions about it that are like false. But anyway, so Botox is used for a number of reasons in a number of areas. Some people even use Botox to help them with migraine headaches. Some people use it to help with sweating or fine lines and wrinkles. The difference between Botox and filler, Botox relaxes an area. So, you know, if you have areas where like, you know, some people get the lines on their forehead, so it kind of relaxes the muscle in that area so that you're not getting that like the lines and the striations on your face. Filler adds volume, so that's the difference between filler and Botox. I've gotten Botox underneath my eyes to address the fine lines and wrinkles underneath there, and the funny thing is I never notice a difference until it wears off, because at first I'm like, man, this Botox ain't take, and it takes about a week or two after you get Botox for you to like really see the effects, which is why sometimes your provider will probably take a more conservative approach. You may need to go back and get a little bit more, but it's better to, you know, take that conservative approach and maybe go back to get a little bit more if you need it than to just put a whole bunch in and then 2 weeks later you looking freaking crazy, right? And I've gotten a Botox brow lift, which I have yet to notice, but when I got it, the video that I got it on, which I will link and you can check it out, somebody in the comments said like, oh no, I do notice a difference. So I'm like, okay, maybe there's a difference there. Those are things that I feel like have definitely helped to transform my skin and just make me look even more, you know, me. All right, number 4, and this comes as no surprise, I wear my sunscreen regularly. Now, folks will frickin', black folks don't need sunscreen, our melanin is a protector, our ancestors didn't need to wear sunscreen, you to death, right? Now, there is some truth in these statements, right? Yes, our melanin does help to protect us from the sun, right? But when you measure the SPF of that melanin, you're getting at most like an 8 to a 12, and that's for the deepest of ebony skin, right? So that's not really doing much, is it? No, so you're gonna need to put some sunscreen on. Also, no, our ancestors probably didn't wear sunscreen because there was no such thing as sunscreen back then, but they definitely did things to protect themselves from the sun. Also, the environment that our ancestors were in, a lot different than the environment we're in now. So I wear my sunscreen regularly. I definitely know that that has made a difference. Why? Because I have seen people who are around my age, maybe older, and you can see that sun damage. The people, well, I go outside in the sun and I love the sun, this and that. And here's another misconception. People who wear sunscreen aren't necessarily afraid to live their lives. I live a very active life. I go out, I party, I travel, I wear my sunscreen. Another misconception, no, I'm not afraid to get darker. Somebody asked me that in one of my comments on a video. Are you afraid to get darker? No, like, first of all, sunscreen doesn't protect you 100% from the sun. So you can have sunscreen on and still get a bit of a tan, right? Also, even if I tanned, which I wouldn't purposely go outside and let my skin burn, even if I tan, the tan is gonna fade. So Anyway, I have a whole entire playlist on sunscreens, even one dedicated to mineral sunscreens for those who get irritated by regular sunscreens, you know, the regular chemical sunscreen. So make sure you check that out. Put your sunscreen on. There's no negotiations here. Now, of course, we want to protect ourselves from the UVB, the burning rays. Although we with deeper skin don't burn as quickly as our white counterparts, we can burn. I've burned. I fell asleep on the beach in Barbados and ouch, I had a burn. But also the UVA, the aging rays, they account for 89% of the visible signs of premature aging, and they also worsen pigmentation. That alone is enough reason to just put that sunscreen on. Usually they tell you to think about, oh, you know, we can get skin cancer and this and that and the third, which is true, but I find that I am converting more people to sunscreen by telling them that it worsens pigmentation and speeds up aging. So I don't know, that's just my marketing plan there when it comes to getting people to wear sunscreen. Anyway, let's move on to number 5. Number 5, I stopped doing dumb shit. Like when you do dumb shit, sometimes dumb shit happens to your skin. So at one point, I just was committed to this look of wearing baseball caps with my weaves, right? Because I was like, oh, I don't have to blend my leave out, and it's a cute look. It's like sporty but glam, and I was committed to it. So much so that the caps were making me break out, and the breakouts were leading to hyperpigmentation. And actually, my commitment to wanting that cap look led me to having the worst hyperpigmentation I had had in a while. It took me 9 months to clear that mamma jamma up. So I don't mess with, not to say I never wear a hat, but I make sure that, I'm not wearing it all the time. I also don't mess with certain hair products. Like, I don't like to gel things down. When I wear wigs, I'm not putting any wig adhesive or glues. I've tried some hairsprays here and there, but I'm like, I don't want to mess with that. I'm very careful about what goes on my skin because, things can break you out. The breakouts can lead to hyperpigmentation. I also don't let men, women, family members, friends, strangers, I don't let them stress me out. I like to keep a very happy and playful disposition, and I feel like that adds to me having not to say I don't get stressed, because I get stressed, but I tend to lead a low stress life because stress can actually increase the hormones that can lead to acne. So you got to be careful with that. If you are having issues managing your stress, I highly, highly, highly recommend going into therapy, talking with someone. There are lots of online resources where you can talk to someone through your email, or if you want to do a video camera chat, or you can do the traditional going in and sitting with someone in person. So definitely check that out, because man, that stress, not only can it affect your skin, it can also affect your overall health too, and that's not good. So you gotta manage that stress. I'm also not much of an alcohol drinker, so much so that if I have half a cup of a drink, I'm ooh, really fast. But alcohol can really dry out your skin, and it could lead to other issues. I don't do any smoking, the tweeds or cigarettes or anything like that. Cigarette smoking can really accelerate aging. So I don't mess with that. Well, I don't mess with it also because I have asthma, and it's just how am I supposed to breathe? And of course, healthy life. I try to lead a healthy lifestyle. I exercise regularly. I try to eat healthy for the most part. I have my times where I cheat and have my indulgences, but I also try to get enough sleep, because that's also something that can lead to, better overall health, of course, but it also contributes into, the skin. Anyway, that is how I transformed my skin. Let me know what you do to transform your skin in the comments. Also, I will leave the link to playlists where you can see when I've gotten filler, Botox. I did RF microneedling recently. There's also going to be some videos coming up on PicoSure, which is a laser that helps with pigmentation. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Also, when I'm not here on YouTube, I am probably on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. So I will leave the links where you can follow me there. Get all up in there, follow me, and I will see you fine folks in my next video. Bye, guys.